Hi guys, welcome to the video. Today is a super exciting one. So we are talking about the gift guide for 2023. So this gift guide is a little bit of a haul mixed with some of my favorite art supplies from the year. So I really want, when I share the gift guide, for it to be things that will inspire you and something that you're not just kind of buying and then you'll sort of put in the back of your cupboard and you won't use anymore. I really want these things to be meaningful and really beautiful things that you'll want to use and want to make part of your daily art practice. So the first thing that I'm showing here is you can see like little collections of pencils. So I will often just buy, 3, 4 or 5 different kind of pencils. And when I'm starting to kind of look at a new brand or a new type of pencil, I'll just buy a couple to see if I like them. And so these ones here are the Caran Museum Aquarelle. I really love these. These are an expensive pencil, but they are really worth the investment. They're a beautiful product. They re-wet so easily, and yeah, I bought a couple more of these to go in my pencil roll, which you will see at the end, because I found that I've been really enjoying using those out, and you can see how easily they activate as well. And so we are kind of looking through the cigar box that I think was in last year's gift guide, and I have a little selection of paints that I have been collecting, and we will swatch all these in another video. We'll do kind of watercolors that I bought in 2023, because there's not too many, but there's a nice amount to have their own video. There's more than just you see there, so I'll put that all in its own video. There's a lot of beautiful ones. The next thing here, and I'll do like a favorites roundup as well, so that will be in its whole own other swatching video. And then the next thing here are these Caran. So these are also watercolor pencils, and you can see that they're double-sided, so you can actually take more colors with less space. So I actually saw those on Sarah Burns' channel. I'm going to link the video because she does a beautiful job swatching those and everything. So this was actually from my shop update, my last shop update, and yeah, I wanted to say thank you for just supporting the shop this year and last year. So it's been really lovely, so I appreciate it. And so the next thing here that we have, this is a chalk set from Fredericks Mae. So it's not a very expensive gift. I think these are more kind of like Crayola, kind of student grade chalks. But I just really love the pattern, and again, it's just another kind of inspiring gift, like a stocking filler or something that you can put on your desk that just inspires creativity. So this next thing, this is actually a sweet tin that we just got off Amazon, and then I have gotten the tin once they ate the sweets. And yeah, I have been, again, you can see, collecting little, I think I've been collecting these actually probably since 2 Christmases ago, but I just get a couple at a time, and you can see that I will also use these with water, and I will layer them and I will smudge them. I'll put them over the top of watercolor. But just, again, another beautiful product. Those were the Caran Pastel Pencils. So this is something that I really love. This is the Midori Ruler, and you can see it's quite small and like short, and then it opens out on this hinge, and it's just this long thin ruler. So this is just a really beautiful piece of engineering as far as stationery goes. I really love it. on the pricier side obviously for a ruler, but it's just something that's almost like an heirloom ruler. It's just really beautiful. So you can see I have it in there with sort of my favorite supplies that I have been kind of taking here and there. And so the next thing here is a little tin of Kaweco products. So I have a fountain pen there, which I really love, the aluminum ones as well. They are so worth the investment. And then also these are the little SketchUp pencils. So I got one of these a few years ago, and then I think I paid around 30 for the first one. And then this is the SketchUp Satin. Then I got another one, I got another brand, and it just wasn't, you know, just didn't feel very nice. So I got another one of those, and yeah, they're a beautiful product, so I highly recommend them. So I want to show you a couple of other pens that I've been using, and then some that I got this year. So you can see my usual regular nib pen, which I love, and I will, it's on the top, and I will link that for you. But the gold one here that I'm showing you, this is a Pigma Micron holder. So it actually houses the Fineliner pens inside this like barrel, and so you don't get that kind of plasticky feeling when you're using them. It's really beautiful. I've been using it all year and I absolutely love it. I've been using it in my planner. So the next pen here is one I think I showed in a haul, but it's the Kakimori brass nib, and I got the aluminium body. So this is a nib pen that holds a lot of ink, so you can dip it and you can use it for like drawing, for sketching. You can put this over the top of watercolors and all that kind of thing. So the thing about this is I got the aluminium body. It looks so pretty. It's really, really nice, but with like the silver with the brass, but it is heavy, which I knew when I got it. But I think that I'm gonna get the wooden nib just for everyday use. The wooden holder, sorry. I think just at the end of the day when I'm tired, I kind of just don't want to pick up something heavy. So yeah, but I absolutely love it. It's so gorgeous, and yeah, I think I'm just gonna invest in another holder. This is something that has been on my wish list for years, and I got one this just recently, and I absolutely love it. So these are from Tom's Studio, and so he creates these pens. His wife is a calligrapher, so he started creating them for her, and then he kind of, because she's able to show him what calligraphers need and what they'd like, they've just come up with these beautiful pens. So you can see this little one here. This is called the Lumos, and it's just a new offering, I think, and it's just a tiny kind of pocket-sized pen that you can have a brush tip or a fine liner, just different tips. So I'll do a whole nother video on these because there's a lot about them, but they're just so beautiful. So this one here is an oblique holder, so the nib actually comes out at an angle from the side, but it's just like the proportions and everything. It's really, really nice. It's nicely weighted, and yeah, so you can kind of see it there next to my regular nib pen, which I just use so, you know, all the time. I mean, you've probably seen it on the channel quite a bit, but I'm just grabbing out a nib here. So these are the gold E&M nibs. I absolutely love these. They're basically my favorite nib. They're a little bit hard to find, so I'll link what I can below, but they are so worth it, and they're just very, very easy. They don't have like the largest flecks or the thinnest hairlines, but they do just offer you such a beautiful, smooth writing experience. So I really love them. But I'm just showing you here. So I realized when I got this oblique holder that you've got to have like the wide jars, because it can't actually dip in as normal. So I couldn't quite load up the nib properly. I probably could have done it with my paintbrush, but I just didn't think of it at the time. So, and then like the gold ink is low, so I will, again, I'll organize, like there's a few extra things that you need. You can get like a wide like a jar, and then like a tilt thing so that it tilts so you can kind of dip it easily. So I am going to organize that and show you, because this is just such a beautiful piece of, like, it really is a piece of art within itself. Really, really lovely. So yeah, that's the all the pens. Okay, so this is something also special. So this is from Lissy Linker, and she's on Instagram. So that's where I found her, I think. And so she creates these holographic watercolors. They are, I mean, this is possibly the most expensive watercolor that I've bought, as far as, I think she says these are like a 1.5 pan. So it's kind of similar to the Katia from Nibs that I really love, and you can see here that it's just an absolutely beautiful product. So it re-wets really lovely. You have to kind of leave the water on there as usual. I think a lot of handmade paints you need to put a drop of water on there to let it activate, and then once it does, it's just so beautiful. You can see the shimmer here. So I'm not swatching it on watercolor paper here. I'm swatching it on a little sketchbook we'll talk about in a minute. This is a cotton sketchbook. It's almost acts a little bit more like rough watercolor paper, so you don't get the smooth lay down, you know, as far as like a cold pressed cotton water paper, which has nothing to do with the watercolor. It's just the actual paper there. But I've been really loving this kind of textured cotton paper, and specifically because it gives you that kind of uneven lay down of the color. So So this is another palette I got this year. This is from the Art of Soil, and she creates these beautiful soil-based paints, and they're exactly what I love. They have a little bit of that the granules in them, and just these really earthy, soft colors. So I am very excited to paint more with these, and we will swatch these out on the channel at some point. I really, really love them. I think it's a wonderful gift either for yourself or someone else. Also, another palette that I put together this year was the Beam Paints palette. So this has its whole own video, but these again are just beautiful to use. Yeah, I really love them. So I'm swatching out here the Mars Violet, and then I am just mixing it with some of the white. They might have more than one white, I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm just kind of showing you. These are just, again, beautiful, beautiful colors, and just another unique and beautiful art gift. So this next thing is another just a gorgeous thing. So this is a paintbrush from Szmal Art, and she makes so just really incredible brushes, different mop brushes, all kinds of brushes, but you can see every one of them is unique and has these gorgeous kind of markings from the wood. So yeah, we're just going to kind of use it here with some watercolor. So this is the Isaro Buff Titanium, which I really love, the Isaro paints as well. But this is, again, you can see like to use this cotton paper in this sketchbook, you need to really load up your brush with more water. So like a mop brush would be good on this kind of paper as well, because they hold a lot more water. But yeah, these brushes, they're just so beautiful, and what's nice about them is that the brush again is like its own piece of artwork. So I really love things like that the instrument, like the paintbrush or the paint or the palette in itself is a piece of art, and just really helps create that kind of creative space, and sort of already gets you thinking creatively when you sit down to work. So yeah, I'm just so we've sort of gotten on to the sketchbook portion of the gifting, and I'm just showing you this little sketchbook. So I found this on Etsy, and so there's a whole different array of beautiful sketchbooks in her shop, and then I found this one on Michael's. So again, it's got this just handmade cotton paper, quite thick, quite textured, and so it will also take a lot of different mediums, which is really nice. I've been using oil pastels and watercolor, and yeah, really beautiful. The thing I like about this larger one is that it lays flat. It has the Coptic binding stitch, so that just enables it to lay flat, which I've been really enjoying. That if you saw my kind of the mint green sketchbook flip through, I've been really loving that. And this is another sketchbook that I made recently, and you can see I've bound it with the Coptic binding, and so it's that similar it's a similar size. I actually got the sketchbook after I had made this one, but I really yeah, I'm really loving this size and this kind of style and format as well. So the larger white one that I got, I think I'll try and link it below from Michael's, but I got it, I think it was a really good sale. So yeah, and the deckled edges are just so beautiful as well. So this next little book here, this is really beautiful. So this is by Anne Cowan. So she lives in Scotland, and this is a little book of her sketchbook pages. So I saw this on, I'll see if I can find the video and link it. But yeah, just I saw it, and it was really beautiful. So I wanted to grab a copy of this, and it's quite a nice little size where you could actually take this with you with your sketchbooking supplies, that if you're running out of inspiration, you can actually just look at this, look at the way she's layering the colors, and you know, creating the buildings and everything. And she's been doing some really beautiful ones at the minute, some accordion ones of, I think, Portugal. So yeah, so this is an idea for a gift that is not necessarily an art supply, but these cushions are from an artist in France, and yeah, I will link them below because they're just so stunning. So the next gift idea, this is a pencil roll. So you can see another little Art of Soil palette there, and you can see where a lot of these pencils that I'm getting are going. But this is a pencil roll, and I got this one, it's actually a knitting needle roll. So that is another, you can see some pencils that I got to go in there, but that's another good way to find a pencil roll if you're not exactly finding the one you like. There's so many nice knitting rolls out there, and yeah, I have a whole video about it, but absolutely been loving that. So I think it's a wonderful gift idea. And then this is just something to wrap your gifts in. So this is a Schumacher wrapping paper. They make wallpaper, and this one is actually called Cloud Toile. I mean, right? Like, that's just so beautiful. So I was sold, and the artwork on it is amazing. Like, it would be so lovely to get gifts wrapped in this, but also I'm thinking that even just cutting out a piece of this and framing it and having this cloud toile like on your studio wall, I think it's just so beautiful. So yeah, I think this is a really lovely gift idea, and I know that a few people will be getting gifts wrapped in this. So the last idea is some bespoke palettes. They are still in my shop. So there's this one and one other one. This one is called Ambience on a Ferris Wheel, and it's just a beautiful marbled collection of watercolors and sparkles and watercolor pearls and shells and gold gilding and silk ribbon. And then I'm also putting in with these palettes a painting, these climbing mountains ones that I did with some silk petals. So, and then the silk petals are attached with little French knots. So I really love this whole combination, and I think they're just stunning. So this one here is the Evening in Prague, and yeah, I haven't actually finished the painting that goes with this one, but it will be similar to the other Evening in Prague one, kind of a night scene. And then this is a little sneak peek of the upcoming month worth of book flip throughs. So there's a really nice word in Danish, I think it's in Danish, and it's called sort of a Christmas book flood. And so on Christmas Eve you gift each other books, and then you kind of spend Christmas Eve cozied up and snuggled up reading books. So I thought that would be kind of a good theme and kind of idea to think about through December, and I am sharing a lot of different inspiring art books. So yeah, you'll see me in a few days and we'll get that started. Some days I'll share one, and some days I'll share like a collection of maybe like favorite cookbooks or favorite gardening books or things like that. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing well and having a lovely December so far, and I will see you soon. Bye.